Hi, welcome to the Live Your Best Life video blog. I am the Live Your Best Life coach, Jessica Rector. The one constant in all of our lives is change. How are you adapting to change? Whether your kids are growing up or the economy and maybe you or someone you know has lost their job unexpectedly, or whether you're just changing a little each day. How are you adapting to it? What's going on inside you? Because that is quite possibly affecting everyone else around you. Now, we know we're not the same person we were in high school. At least let's hope we're not the same person we were in high school. Especially when we change a little each day. We could be a totally different person. But maybe we're just becoming more of who we actually are meant to be. I don't know about where you are, but here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, construction is everywhere. It's become a way of life. You go to get on the highway to find the access road is closed. So then your GPS says turn right, turn right, turn right to another way to get on the highway. Well, that's closed. So you just follow the person in front of you, hoping they know where they're going and that they're going the same way you're going. So now you're going to be not 5 minutes late, you're going to be 35 minutes late. You get on the highway, finally. You get in the left lane, the fast lane, right? But little do you know you're driving behind Miss Daisy. And you think, okay, life in the fast lane surely makes you lose your mind. Life in the fast lane. Get over. You keep telling Miss Daisy, get over. This is the fast lane. She doesn't hear you through the windshield. So it goes for a mile and a mile and a mile. And little did you know that that song, Life in the Fast Lane, is really making you lose your mind. Because now, wherever you're going, you're frustrated. You're even later than you thought you were going to be. Now it's not 35, it's 55 minutes late. All because of the construction. All because of things that are changing. But really, it's not about the construction. Because if it was about the construction, you might as well just say it's the construction workers' fault because they're working on the construction not fast enough. Or the government's fault because they're the ones who decided on the construction in the first place. You might as well blame the construction workers' parents for having them to begin with. Right? It's all about blaming everyone else except for taking responsibility yourself and how you let that change affect you. Just like when you go out there and you want to make a change in your life, you want that change to be positive. What happens when it doesn't work the way that you plan it? The thing is when things come into our lives, for example, when we got our driver's license or when we got married on our wedding day or the birth of our child, those changes, we were all happy-go-lucky. Ooh, life is wonderful. But when change is forced upon us, something we don't like, construction, maybe losing our job, we think it's the end of the world. We think life as we know it has just now ceased to exist. What are we going to do? What happens if that change is the best thing that could have happened to you? You didn't want that change. It was forced upon you. You didn't choose that. I remember when I was working at an advertising agency. I'd only been there a few months, but we lost the account that we were working on. And before we lost the account, I'd been debating whether I wanted to go back to grad school or not. And I really hadn't made a decision. So when we lost the account, I got laid off. And I was devastated because I'd never been laid off. I'd never been fired from a job. I had a really strong work ethic. And I wanted the decision if I didn't want to work at that company any longer. I did not want somebody else making that decision for me. And on my way home, I was crying and I was upset about it. Because what was I going to do? I was now out of a job. And this was when the economy was good. But I decided then and there as I was driving home that the decision was made for me. I was now going back to grad school. There was no more thinking about it or putting it off. This was the prime opportunity for me to go back to grad school. And that's exactly what I did. And that is the best change, opportunity, decision that could have happened to me. I didn't want it. I was sad. I was devastated when it happened. But sometimes when change is forced upon us, that's an opportunity in disguise. It's an opportunity to start living your best life. So how is that change that's being forced on you going to affect your life? How are you going to allow it to affect your life? Are you going to lay on the couch for day after day after day, wallowing in self-pity and being sad, watching the weeks go by? Or are you going to say, this is an opportunity in disguise, and take advantage of it and go out there and start living your best life? So start today by learning to better adapt to the change, because it can be the best thing that's ever happened to you to get you to live your best life.